Hey everybody, and welcome I say, to another episode of Not the 9 O'Clock Pews. I'm your co-host Timothy Selby of the Airsoft Amigos, and our host for today and for the rest of time is Arias Alipur. Please, everybody, clappity clap for the Arias. Arias, clap yourself.
For the Arias.
No, wait.
Oh, sorry,
Yes.
I'm clapping.
Actually,
I'm
no.
Actually,
Don't clap. Only because you're British, and British people don't clap.
Unless it's for the NHS.
So, yes. This glorious man right here managed to convince me that this is going to be a weekly thing, and so I am so happy to be here for the second time this week for the live stream. We're going to make a thing of it. It's great. We have a record right now of actually streaming on time. 2 weeks running.
2 weeks running. Yeah, I was going to say let's not get
yes,
too.
It's glorious. And before we start, Arias and I would like to ask you, for those that are listening, let us know what you think of the music, the volume, whether we're loud enough, whether you don't like the videos that pop up underneath us, or where if Arias's hairstyle looks too much like mine, and so I have to change it. And today we are. Oh yeah, thank you, babe. She likes the background.
Hey, where's my
She
wife?
likes her own background. Where's
my
your
wife?
wife?
My wife not telling me how good my background is. It's all her stuff.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk to you about it. Your background seems a little bit too much like The Office.
It is The Office.
Well,
I'm in The Office.
Yes, it is.
What do you mean?
You're in
Dining
your own
table.
office.
You're
But
on the
yes,
dining table,
today
aren't you?
we are going to be talking about YouTube. We're going to be talking about Airsoft in YouTube. Now, Arias asked me to come up with a bunch of questions. This is the first time that Arias has asked me to write questions. In our
That's a
previous
lie.
podcast,
No,
I have
I've
never asked.
Nice.
I never wrote any questions.
I've got a
all
lie
just
detector right down here.
the
and it's telling
biggest
me you
bunch
are
of BS.
Lying.
I've never done any videos whatsoever. Or questions. I think the lie detector. Beep 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 beep.
It's
Move
just
it closer to the screen. It's just like you're a liar.
It's just a live stream. I'm not even,
It's just live stream.
I'm lying about the lie detector. I'm lying about the lie detector, guys.
So we're just a bunch of British liars right now. Is this even a live stream? Is it pre-recorded?
It's not pre-recorded. Hi, Dan.
No.
Yes, my background's good, isn't it?
Yes, great. He says okay. It doesn't say good, Arias. He says okay.
What is Jennifer trying to say? I will help you out with some pointers. Huh?
Yeah. She will point out what you could do to fix everything that is the background behind you. Now, that is the least important aspect of what's going on today. Today, like I said, we're talking about YouTube. Now, as I mentioned before, he asked me to come up with a bunch of questions. And so, my first question, Arias, what is YouTube?
YouTube is
what is it?
Video hosting service back from 2000 and something, created by so-and-so who may or may not have known Mr. Zuckerberg, and created a conglomerate from what used to be just a video sharing website, and now it's become this huge, destructive piece of tech that no one can live without, called YouTube.
Yes, exactly. Now it is, yes, called YouTube. Now, here's a little bit of a thing. Let's see how far back we can remember before we start getting into the serious stuff. What is the first YouTube video you remember?
It was by.
Come on, man.
It was Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate Rain.
It was Chocolate Rain. I'm not even gonna lie. The first YouTube video I ever watched was from a friend of mine who sent me. He said, "If you have not heard of YouTube, this is the video you should be watching," and it was Chocolate Rain. The most pinnacle video on YouTube.
It was awesome, and it's still glorious, and it's just unfortunate how nobody has gone back to it. Like, for example, from what I remember, there were a few, so I don't know which one came first. There was the Numa Numa song of that lovely gentleman who dances like this. It was great. And there was also the Evolution dance. And do you remember the Evolution dance?
No, you're gonna have to show me on webcam, please.
I will not do it now, but I'll send you a YouTube
Jennifer says
video.
yes, you must do the dance now.
Is she telling you this?
Yes, she is.
Before
She's
she
private
even
messaging me
sends
right
the
now
message?
on this piece of card.
Lies. Lies.
She's telling me right
Incorrect.
here. You
False.
can see on stream.
Fake
is
news.
right here.
Fake news. Right. Okay. So, I think the questions that you were hoping that I would ask are actually a little bit more intellectual than the first one.
You mean related
So,
to airsoft? I don't know
related
if
to
intellectual
airsoft.
and airsoft are the same thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. So, in our first question, our first serious question of the day, how did you get into YouTube areas? And
Yes.
there's a part. In fact, answer that first, and then we'll go into the next part.
I have been on and off YouTube. I think I properly started doing videos on YouTube with my airsoft club, with my Reading University airsoft club. We had started doing a lot more social media as a club, and because I was someone who was really interested in doing more. In fact, this was the birth of my marketing and my experience with advertising and stuff.
Cool.
I decided to become the marketing guy or marketing officer of our club, of our committee, and we needed a YouTube channel. Well, I thought we needed a YouTube channel. I thought it'd be a great idea. Before all those sniping videos occurred and all those cheating videos appeared, I thought it'd be nice to start doing some cool stuff. And I liked the tech behind trying to make first-person videos. I like the idea behind that. Not many people were doing it back then. Now it's saturated as hell, so I can't say
exactly. Everybody does it. There was one sniper I'm trying to remember that was a little bit before. I think it was a lot before Novrich. He started how many years ago? Like 5-6 years ago. This guy was from 8 or 9 years ago, and he was the one that actually started the whole zoom cam that sits on top of the scope. Do you remember that?
I recall someone before Novrich doing that, and it was quite innovative.
I am trying to remember his name, and I've been trying to remember his name for the longest time. If you guys can find that out for us in our comment section, that would be uber fabulous. Now that you're doing a little bit more YouTube areas, I've noticed it. I'm so proud of you. You're doing things left and right. You're going on Twitch. You started your own little gaming segment. You're going to talk about other games that you could play before 2077. I'm Cyberpunk 2077. Don't worry, I keep up. What inspires you?
Stalking me.
Of course.
So what inspires me to do it?
Yeah.
Jealousy. I'm going to be bluntly honest. I'm jealous of the fact that I never continued. Because when I finished uni, I joined the Airsoft and Military News blog back then. And because I knew how difficult it was to make videos of high quality on YouTube, especially as one person, I decided I was going to stick to writing. I was going to stick to pictures and writing. And I did that for years. I did that for a good 4 to 5 years, leading up to now, funny enough. I wanted to restart doing YouTube stuff, and I'm really jealous that I didn't carry on, because I've watched people who did not have much of a following have a following now, although not many of them stayed on YouTube. Some of them decided to carry on, either because it was difficult or because they didn't have the passion for it anymore. What?
Sorry.
Is something automatic happening? Oh, did I spring something?
No. Did you hear that? I asked Alexa to remind me at 1:10 to tell you that you're a poopy head. I was just hoping that I thought there was going to be like
I'm
a
not
blank
even going to ask Google
time.
to do that. I'm just going to write it down.
Okay. Well,
yeah, thanks
sorry,
for screwing that up. Where was I?
Continue your segment.
Where was I? What was my segment? I don't even care anymore. I was talking about YouTube.
You're a jealous little fool.
Entire podcast. I'm a jealous little fool who wants to get back onto it, and obviously because it's so oversaturated, it's more difficult. And I kind of like the challenge. I want to see if I can make something out of the saturation that is today. If I get a few thousand people subscribed, I'm happy, to be honest. One thing I do find interesting is that it's a bit weird, because when I work with companies, and because a lot of companies already know me, it's quite easy for me to share my videos with them and then to get them to notice it. But obviously I don't have the community to back the marketing capabilities of my videos, so hopefully that will come over time. But for now, back on YouTube, trying to do more videos, doing Twitch because it's fun. I'm not really doing that as a career or anything. I don't have a schedule. I'm not gonna break my back trying to do Twitch, because that's an even bigger whale of a challenge. But no, YouTube, I think is going to be fun. I think trying to innovate and do stuff like that would be awesome.
I
And I see you
completely
tagged
understand.
four people. Sorry.
Hey, I'm
Four
tagging people left and right. You know, just getting more
Maybe I
people
should do it.
to.
You start
be
talking
part
for
of the
10
engagement.
minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, keep on doing your thing then. Well then, I totally understand what you mean when it comes to taking initiative and bringing something different to the table. Only because I'm for those that don't know this, way back when I first started at Red Wolf, I didn't even think I was going to be a YouTuber, to be honest. It was placed in my lap to help somebody with their content, and I was the script writer. Yes, we follow a script because, you know, else we'd be just jumbled, tumbled, and it's just nonsensical talking like we are now. And then I started just working with Red Wolf for the longest time, and I noticed there were other competitors, because there are competitors out there. I had to make sure that we got the reviews out that were on par with, say, Evic and Airsoft GI and Megastore at the time. I was competing with gun bunnies at Megastore, and do you know how difficult it is when most airsofters are like prepubescent, like horny males?
Simps.
So
You mean simps, right?
Simps, yes. I had to come up with different content, and the fact that I am still not a looker, and I'm trying to work on that. But you know, I bring up my game since I got married. You know, I was like a 6, and now I got married with a beautiful wife, and now I'm an 8.
How
and
sharp
now
is that knife in your back right now?
What knife? I don't know what you're talking about. I feel nothing.
Carry on.
And
never mind.
and then what is it? I think what is it? What is it?
You're talking about your wife and how your heart rating gone up.
Oh yeah, you know, when I stand next to her, because she is absolutely gorgeous, and that's all everybody ever sees, and then I'm just this dude standing next to her. So I think ever since when it comes to working on something different, I had to bring comedy to my routines. I had to make sure that the reviews were funny, and so when I went into it, that's all I actually had to bring to the table. It was just comedy and obviously correct information. Yeah, there was every so often I'll get information wrong, but then a couple years passed when hilarity wasn't just a thing anymore. I had to be Trent tells, sorry, I need to stop looking at the comments section. It just distracts me. I just needed to come up with innovation, and when I left Red Wolf, that actually sparked the change. Terms of innovation, I had to come up. I had to look up into the sky. I came up with the Airsoft show. I joined Matt when it comes to the Combat Reporter, which I still think is hilarious. And now we're writing a TV show. So I think the fact that Airsoft is no longer is all just about reviews, reaction videos, unboxing, and gameplay. Not even the most interesting gameplay anymore, because everything's very much the same. I had to think of ways to try to bring something different, especially for the community, because I think the community deserves it.
Yeah, I agree with you. You missed out podcast. There are
Oh.
podcasts out there.
There are tons.
also
Okay,
do
there are tons and tons and tons of podcasts, and we are not the first one to ever do something like this.
Oh no,
we
we're
are
definitely
very,
not.
very late
No,
to the
we're
game.
not innovating a
Yeah.
single bit at all.
No, but
Hand on
that being said, everybody, Arius has worked very, very hard to bring you what you see here. He designed everything. He chose the photos, which I hate him for. He says that the Airsoft Amigos sponsor this show. We do, but we don't give them any money.
No one gives us any money.
No one
Trust
gives
me,
us
it's
any
not that
money.
kind of
Money is not a
sponsor.
thing in this. We actually lose money.
Well, actually,
doing-
no. If you were paid to be on the show, that would be the money that Airsoft Amigos is spending. Matt does hint to me without telling me anything that you are on loan, and at some point I'm gonna have to pay for you, like the little Well, that you are.
Hey, you know what? What I do in my own time is my own thing. Nobody loans me out. Nobody
God
has
no.
control
Yeah.
over what I do. All right.
Just let me know when
I'm
you
the
need more
one.
toilet roll.
Yeah, when shit hits the fan, buddy.
When shit hits the fan. When you decide
I
to
should.
meet the parents.
Yeah, when I decide to meet the parents and use their toilet, that's when you'll offer me the cottonelle. But yeah,
All the
I
way from
think
the
that's
UK to Canada.
yeah, I think that's where I started,
Cool.
and I think you're right. I feel like late to the game when it comes to streaming, when it comes to gaming, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to everything. I feel like if there's a next thing to jump onto, we're just gonna jump straight into it, even if it's like the most meme, terrible, everybody's following it. Feel like we're gonna need to like ride the
Instagram
wave.
films. I can
Oh
feel
my God.
Instagram films being a thing is ridiculous, but I can tell. It's like Instagram TV. They've named it TV. It's
IGTV.
gonna be a thing. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be stupid.
But yeah, everything is seems like it's going according to plan. It may be slow, but we're using our resources to bring something fabulous to the airsoft community because, like I said, they deserve it.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
they should.
So
Yeah.
now for my next question, just to inform you, I'm not just coming up with these on the spot because that would be very, very unprofessional of me. He did not just tell me 30 minutes ago to come up with questions, and all I've been doing is sitting in front of my TV watching Kindergarten Cop. That is not a thing.
It's not a tumor.
It is not a tumor. Who is your daddy?
And who does he work
do?
for?
But
Sorry,
yeah,
you were saying, what's the next question?
okay, where do you see YouTube going when it comes to airsoft? You've seen it, you've seen gameplay videos, you've seen reviews, you've seen unboxing. Is there ever going to be something new that we're going to witness within the next year or a couple years?
I have no idea. I think that airsoft has reached a certain level on YouTube where it will either get worse or it will stagnate unless something better happens. I'd love to see more coverage of events more than anything. I think that's what's lacking. We see a lot of people doing their own vlogs. They're already established YouTubers who do their own thing, the reviews. They're just filling up a space, to be honest, in my opinion. No one's really trying as hard as they used to. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know the whole of YouTube. I am not going to say that I follow or subscribe to every single airsoft YouTuber there is. But based on what I've seen so far, and I can say that I've subscribed to quite a few, there are not many that I can think of that are doing anything new. And I want to see something new. I want to see something that is different and more wholesome. And if you by wholesome, I mean it's not the same thing you've seen before. It's not something that someone needs to try and veer out of the circle and see what happens. And I'm not saying I'm going to be the one who does that because I'm trying to make it on YouTube. I can't make that risk. I'd be wasting time doing that. But someone who's already established could probably start something different, something that other airsofters haven't done before. And it's not my place to say what, but
because you don't even know.
Well, I have ideas, but it has to be tried. You have to try these ideas. You can't just say yes, this will work because you don't know what your audience is.
I totally get it. And sometimes it's about taking the risk when it comes to coming up with ideas and then just pushing them.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to start an airsoft show, to create entertainment that's actually catered to airsofters to a certain extent.
Yes.
You remember those animes for airsofting?
Oh.
The airsofting animes out there.
Oh yes,
YouTube
that is
specials, true. YouTube films. There we go. There's a hint. Maybe we need more YouTube entertainment, airsoft entertainment YouTube content. To be honest,
that's true.
Stuff that's catered towards just entertaining you, not being a review or a vlog or an event coverage or gameplay.
To follow through with that, if somebody does have a good idea, and if they don't already have a YouTube channel, how does one go about starting?
What, YouTube? Starting YouTube.
Well,
You
yeah,
want-
if they were gonna
you-
start their own YouTube Airsoft channel, how would they go about starting, and how would they go push it? How,
I'm not the best
why,
person to ask that, to be honest.
when,
Hi,
what?
Stephen. So how would you start? Well, so first things first, create a brand. So create a brand. And one thing I made a mistake on, which we made a mistake on for years now, is that YouTube has changed to the point where it's all about character. It's not about the corporation. So being something, you know, just a logo or something does not work anymore. It may have many years ago, but people switch off. They look at that logo and they see there's no one fronting it and they go, I find this uninteresting. It's like, who do you think of when you see an e-bike video?
Matt, duh.
Yeah. Who do you think of when you see an SFGI video?
Cisco, probably.
Cisco. Who would you have thought of a few years ago when SFGI's videos were more popular?
Oh yeah, there was Tim and Bob, the Axeman Hildrun.
Exactly. It's these characters that make the YouTube channels. You can see YouTube channels go up and down because of it. Is Kaiju a brand? I don't know, Rob. I don't know if Kaiju's a brand. Of course Kaiju's a brand. We remember Kaiju more from Red Wolf than we do Falcon. But yeah, Kaiju from Falcon. Yeah, of course he's a brand. You understand who people are, not the companies that front them. And that's what I'm starting to do more individually.
It's how one represents themselves. And if you are known as a kaiju, you are representing a certain brand that is you. And I've known Rob for the longest time. He is like a bigger brother to me. He was the one that convinced me to start Instagram in the first place, and pursue many ideas. And he's always been very supportive of where I go in terms of YouTube and outside of YouTube. And he is an entity, and he will never be forgotten. And who knows? And we'll always remember the kaiju.
Tim, you know Rob's alive, right? You make it sound like Kaiju's non-existent anymore.
Don't talk to me about it. It makes me upset.
Tim, your check's in the mail, by the way. Although he spelled check wrong, so maybe it means just a tick. You just got a tick in the mail.
Oh, that's great. I got some Nike in the mail.
Yeah,
I love
you
getting
do.
free Nike stuff. Yay.
well used.
Nobody's paying me to say these things. Trust me, nobody's
not,
paying
no.
me.
In fact,
If I was being paid to say things, I wouldn't be sitting on a pink beanbag with a laptop on a stool showcasing the best part of our apartment. I would be in a room covered in padding and soundproof padding, with some sort of weird meme in the background, super amazing lights with a superior camera. This
Tim,
would be a
Jennifer's
whole
telling me not to talk about your master bedroom.
masturbation.
Master bedroom. I said master
right.
bedroom.
Sure, okay.
God, you made that
Whatever,
so much
man.
worse than it is.
No,
It
don't
creates
worry.
a
I heard you right the
problem.
first time. I just saw a joke and I went for it.
So, sorry,
But
Stephen
yeah.
said that it creates a problem for companies, though. Investing in a face makes the business dependent to a degree on the face. Influencer marketing solve this. Yeah, you're right to a certain extent.
It depends on a certain time frame as well. I think it's always very clever to sometimes you do need to put a face on a certain company. Actually, we started talking about this last month with a certain company, so we know exactly what you're talking about. Maybe way back when, 5 or 6 years ago, when it comes to YouTube and companies, every distribution company had a face that they would promote and showcase their products and something they sell. Every company did this. It was a trend one would follow, and if they didn't have somebody that worked for them, they would have a brand ambassadorship, and then they would follow in that route. So yes, while it was important back then, maybe not so important now. And because everything in terms of airsoft manufacturing has slowed down drastically, so when it comes to finding reviews on YouTube, there's a huge hiatus. When I was working on reviews, when I was there like 5 years ago, we had 3 products come out every week. Now, when it comes to seeing these reviews on YouTube, I see once bi-weekly. It's rare. There's nothing
Yeah.
actually really. There's nothing happening these days. Everybody is releasing just another and better M4 than they used to release, and it's just not worthy reviewing. I'm sorry.
It's difficult to see. Well, it's always like this with tech, especially with entertainment stuff like Airsoft. You'll get to a point where it's too much effort to try and recreate or redesign the wheel, especially when the wheel's been, made better
Round.
over time. Yeah, round. Start as a square, like
Square
the original
wheel.
HPA stuff.
Yes.
Then it became slightly oval, the first TMAG, and then it became a circle over time.
Yes, it
I'm not going to
rounded
say
out.
what would make it a circle because there's so many different things.
Yes,
But
exactly.
yeah, there's still a lot of products coming out. I'm not saying that. I
of
disagree
course.
with you saying that there aren't products coming out as often as before. There are a lot of products coming out. No one's reviewing them either because they can't get their hands on them, or because they're not interesting, or to them they're not interesting. They don't see it worth the content.
Well, then
with the
let
effort.
me rephrase.
Okay.
You are absolutely right. There are still a bunch of products coming out, but one worth noticing and reviewing is a dime a dozen. It's not going to happen very often, and it has not happened very often. And even when it comes to gameplay video, well, due to COVID, it's hard to come up with gameplay videos. But that being said, people need to do something different these days. Maybe you and I need to start an OnlyFans account. We'll see. We'll see how
You're
things
listening
go.
to Thomas again, aren't you? He wants an
I'm never-
OnlyTans account, by the way, not an OnlyFans account. An OnlyTans account.
OnlyTans?
Yeah,
Is that?
because we're tanned
He just
people.
only wants. Okay, so that's for you and I.
Sorry, I don't want to ignore Steven here. He's mentioning a lot about how brands and characters can separate and how people will stay with the brand and stay with the character. That's very true. Some people are used to the brand to the point that they trust the brand, but I think it's because of the characters that they initially end up there from time to time. I could be wrong, but I think the majority is because of the character. Maybe as it was peaked or not enough innovation with big box shifters, it's harder to create another. Yeah, you're right. It is difficult. And it's like, how long are we waiting for the GHK Glock? How long are we waiting for Modify to create their semi-automatic shotgun? How long are we waiting for Modify to create the PP2000? SRS were going to make
An AG.
They're making an AG. It was going to be the RFB. It was going to be the Keltec. That hasn't turned up yet. So many things that are in the pipeline that we haven't seen an update on, and we probably were expecting to see them in IWA, but because of COVID-19, and I think we need to bear in mind COVID-19 still exists, that a lot of the issues we're having is not because of stagnation from the industry. I think it's an overall issue globally with COVID-19.
Yep. Well,
I feel like I'm on the BBC. This is COVID-19.
I know. Like, we can't, if we go along the routes of what the BBC and what any news anchor is saying these days, things are going to get depressing. So we're going to do a whole 180 here. We're going to go along the lines of how to make this happy go. So as a new YouTuber, gamer, podcaster, how do you feel when it comes to stepping in it for the first time? It's been a couple months for you. How do you come up with ideas on the go? Whereas, like, when it comes to variety, what sparks you? Do you get motivation from other people, and then you can make it your own way? What sparks your interest in creating new and interesting content?
I don't. I'm copying everyone. I am basically copying people. But what? Also, you've got something at the back of your head.
It's my hair. It's my hair that just flipped.
Oh, look, bed hair.
It's alfalfa right there. Woo!
So, okay. What am I trying to do innovatively? I don't think there's anything that is actually innovative. I'm trying, but I don't think there's anything that's really innovative. I think what I'm trying to do is create consistency, like this podcast, to gain a community, to gain some influence, and to be able to provide something that becomes more and more valuable. I think this podcast is one of them. Twitch is just for fun, so the gaming stuff is just a bit of a bit of a way to play around with tech because I like the idea of, you know, broadcasting stuff. The YouTube side of things is also to hone on my skills as an editor and as a presenter. There's still a lot for me to learn, but there's also a lot for me to, you know, give. So I don't think it's the innovation bit. I think it's just the want to create content. I think I will probably find something innovative. I'm looking at cool camera angles for videos. Like behind like ADS cameras, like aiming down sight cameras, stuff like that. Maybe that's what I'm trying to innovate. Before it used to be all digital, and now I'm trying to do it very realistically with 360 cams. In fact, I think I've got one here. And using a DJI Osmo Pocket. So something like
Jeez, you got everything left and right.
So I am innovating, but I haven't innovated. I haven't done anything new yet, but I'm trying. We'll see how it goes.
See.
Stay tuned to the S.L. Milson Newsblog YouTube channel for more.
I like what you're doing, and I want to thank you for giving me snippets before you actually send it out. It's good to see progress happen, and which brings me to my next question, because I feel like it's important. Everybody has some sort of inspiration or somebody that they look up to or something that they inspire to on YouTube. Not necessarily just airsoft. Is there somebody on YouTube in general who inspires you?
On YouTube in general?
In YouTube in general?
There are a few, but they are dependent on what part of them is inspiring. It's like Lion Sebastian inspires me on YouTube because he's developed a huge business out of it, from what used to be him in his own room trying to do something outside of the business he worked for. So that's one inspiration based on his ability to create business. Regards to see, you've got me on the spot and I'm trying to think really hard. With regards
I should have
to
prepped these questions beforehand.
Oh yeah, I should have been given these questions beforehand, and then I would be able to just
who knew?
Cleverly off the cuff be able to tell you the answer. Why don't you give
Thank
me
you,
an
Oliver.
example?
You're awesome.
You know, there's these guys from Airsoft Amigos. They do some really thrilling content, and I'm being serious. No, I'm being serious. You know the reviews you did whilst you were in an Airsoft game? That was fun. That was innovating. That in a way inspires me to want to do something different. Problem is, I was thinking of doing something different, and all I remembered was, hey, I should do a review in an Airsoft game. Oh no, that's cheating. That's the same as Airsoft Amigos. There's one guy who inspires me, but because he is so close to home in regards to where he lives, but also, you know, how I've followed what he's done is, and he'll probably never hear this, but Callum from English Shooting, who does a lot of real steel stuff, he does firearm stuff in the UK, and he's gone from the bottom to the, not the top, but from the bottom to what he could be right now with the effort he's put in. And the fact he's put that effort in, and the way that his community have molded into something very tightly knit. It's not a big industry, kind of like the airsoft industry. It's not a big industry, the firearms industry in the UK. And the fact that he has such a nice community, such a good community, they're not toxic, they're nothing of the likes you'd expect from any YouTuber for airsoft that you've ever heard of. It's just that inspiration's based on his effort, his consistency to keep going. And he's been through shit. He's been through so much crap whilst he's been a YouTuber, and he's still going. There was a time when he stopped, but he's still going now. And that to me is an inspiration, and he'll probably never hear that from me.
I think
if someone else does, don't tell him, because I want him to naturally find out that I said that live on a podcast.
Yeah, I'm not going to send this video to him at all. Whatever. But I totally understand what you mean. Yeah,
they're different. Sorry, just to conclude, people are going to tell me, "Shut up, Aris." It is different people, different aspirations. On YouTube.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm done.
No, I'm done. I'm done with it. Okay, we've done 36 minutes into this video, and we are done. No, it's good to hear about your inspiration, because everybody has one in terms of YouTube and their content.
By the way, you need to answer the question too.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you should, because honestly, I think your answer will be more interesting to me, to mine.
I don't believe so. My inspiration is honestly, my inspiration stems from watching other people do what I do, except I just want to do it better.
Oh.
That's the only inspiration I get. I see what people find on par with what we are doing, and I want to do it better. And that's something I've wanted to do since the beginning of my YouTube career.
Okay.
So when you were just talking about doing reviews out on the field, that was based on basically talking about how I feel unboxing in your home is utterly boring and gives no, and you get a surprising look on their face, and it's, I guess, something people like to see. People like to see other people opening gifts and getting stuff, right? Wow. Actually, I need to go and get a little something. Hold on, I'll be right back.
No, don't go. People don't like me. Hi.
All right. So, before I go on, do you see the shirt that
I
you
do see
dislike?
the Cryptech. Is it Cryptech?
Typhon. It's Cryptech Typhon.
I'm surprised it's not
and
multicam
you
black. What are you
love
doing?
Cryptech. You see, you love Cryptech Typhon, right?
No. Do I?
Oh yeah. But I just wanted to
Oh wow,
bring
Chris,
this
where
up.
are you?
Yeah.
Chris, are you in chat? Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, look,
if you see
branding
this.
works. Branding merchandise works. You got it for free, right?
Yeah. Here,
Yeah.
let me actually use this for a sec.
What is that?
Yeah.
What are you pouring
Orange
in
juice.
there? No, you're only allowed to put coffee in there. Chris, quickly
spiked
send him
it.
a cease and
I
desist.
spiked it. I spiked the hell out of it with caffeine.
With caffeine, cool.
No, I haven't. That's a lie.
Oh.
Okay, so, in terms of finding inspiration, so when I did the unboxing video, I thought, wouldn't it just be funny if we are just out in the field and we are to do unboxing and we got shot a lot as we are unboxing? And Matt was like, that's a fucking glorious idea. Actually, maybe not in those words. He was just like, your ideas are stupid and we'll never do anything except that one's actually a pretty good idea. So we thought when it comes to obtaining products from whomever sends us something, we would get a couple of videos out. We would get an unboxing. We would get a gameplay and we would get a review. So they would get a 3-in-1 package with whatever they sent us. And I thought that was a pretty good deal. It meant more editing work for me, but that's something that I actually didn't mind doing at all. I was there to try to put the effort in. And in doing reviews, I think when it, like you and what you've done, it's all about those camera angles and coming up with something different. Nothing is ever filmed the same way. Sure, you have your staple of shooting at a certain Quake target on top of Jim Bob. You always have a certain staple that you always go back to. But
or throwing Jim Bob off the table and all the way back to Hong Kong.
Yeah, you threw him very far.
I think I broke that mannequin, to be honest. I'm glad it wasn't.
I'm surprised as to how One Punch Man strong you are. You threw it all the way back to Mark. He caught it too. But it was in the face. But it's all about, for me, I've always been very competitive in that way. Okay. I've always wanted to one-up people. It doesn't mean I didn't mean to one-up people in terms of like view count, because obviously the unboxing videos didn't have the most views, but I just wanted to do things better and in my way.
Yeah.
Which is why we came up with the Airsoft show. I've always wanted to come up with a Top Gear-ish, the Grand Tour type of show for Airsoft.
Yeah.
And nobody did it on the grand scale we did. Sure, like there's big and large events that at Airsoft Con and whatnot, where there was an audience when they had a few people, like a live panel. But everybody does that at every con, right?
Exactly,
we wanted to do like a live Airsoft show. And same with this, what we're doing now. We're doing a TV show about Airsoft. So
basically, it's a COVID TV show.
Actually, it's done in the times of COVID. There's no budget. Oh, the Pew Pew community approved the post, so people in the Pew Pew community can watch this video now. All right.
We just
So
lost
yeah.
10 viewers.
Yeah. And then they just delete it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, you're right. It is one of those things where, and I really want this show to go on. I don't care if we only have like a few people watching,
yeah,
because over a long
I
period of
just
time, it'd
thoroughly
probably be like a
I just
cult
thoroughly
classic at
enjoyed
some
it.
point.
Yes, you never know. You never know. I just feel like everything I try to do will hopefully be a cult classic, and people will be like, back then it was so stupid, but now it's great.
Exactly.
Not saying that what we're doing here is stupid. No, no, what we're doing here is utterly glorious. I would never think anything that we do is stupid at all. But yeah,
Putting
we
your
shall continue
yeah.
with it. We should continue with the next question, shall we? Okay.
What is it?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just coming up with this on the spot. This is not just like popping up into my head. I have totally been thinking about this for the longest time. It's really difficult to think and come up with a question. No, I didn't say that. Come up with a question at the same time. But is there anything that you would like to offer to the people who wish to create content, like a bit of advice? Something
Just-
that you'd like to see personally? I know you've mentioned it, but like, can we go into the nitty gritty of what you'd like to see?
Other than just do it and see what happens, considering how saturated YouTube is, just look at what everyone else has done, or everyone you can find has done, and try and do something else. As in, on top of it, as in, don't completely change what you're doing. I mean, find something that is unique to you and you think will be better.
And do it your way.
Do it your way. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Do it your way. Time and time again, I've been trying to copy other people, and in the end, the best videos are the ones that are just done on their own. It's like the amount of times I've edited a video and it looks like a T-Rex arms video. The amount of times I've edited a video and it looks like I've just copied Grantham. The amount of times I've done a review video and it looks like I'm Mark sitting behind a table. I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing? Obviously, Mark has a different haircut to me. I need to change that too. But
I miss being there with those guys.
It's one of those things where, yeah, you can't guarantee you're going to be unique and innovative, but if you do your own thing, something unique will come out of it, especially over time. I'm sure over time I'll have something unique. I'll probably be the most hated YouTuber ever, but that'll be unique. So I'm doing it right.
You'll be known on YouTube as the most hated airsoft YouTuber in the world.
Because I barely talk about airsoft or play it.
Yeah, right.
That would be why.
Yeah,
I'd be like, oh, you know so little. I was like, yeah, that's true. That's actually true. My knowledge is legacy. As in old, not great. Old legacy.
All right. So let's bring it back to long favorites. What currently is because Popular Airsoft usually do this thing where they announce the best airsoft video of that particular year.
Okay.
I'm sure we've been to IWA. We've witnessed these awards being handed out to various YouTubers and channels and whatnot.
Yeah, paints crime on his face.
Now, unfortunately, since there hasn't been an IWA, won't be an IWA for maybe a year or so, which is unfortunate. Is there something that you'd like to share as to which video you found in the past year, considering it's nearly the end of 2020? In this year of COVID, do you have a favorite airsoft-related video on YouTube?
I don't recall. Oh, airsoft video this year. Because if you said over the past few years, I would have mentioned the Chris Vector video you did, which did win an award.
Thank you.
I would have mentioned Matt.
The Chris Vector video
John Wick video
was the Chris Vector video, the Gas Bobak one, was taken down due to music violation. Yeah. The guy that we borrowed it from said that it was for free, but then he realized that we were doing well, and he was like, you know what, I'm changing it. We want money for it.
Wow.
So we had to take it down.
That's a bit of a annoying
so thank you.
What's
That's
yours?
very kind of you to say.
What's yours?
Video.
What's yours?
Do
you have one?
Do you want to know the honest thing? This year I haven't really been keeping up in terms of what YouTube has to offer for airsoft. Okay. Though I do love Cisco's Roast My Build type of videos from Airsoft GI. They're coming back with a vengeance, Airsoft GI. I'm really, really happy to see that. They're bringing back some innovation in terms of, even though everybody's done a roast, but this is new for Airsoft and they follow through with it and they're doing great.
Yeah, true. Consistency, that's the thing. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work out the first time. If you're consistent about it, you'll gain something out of it. Even if it's slow.
But like I said, in terms of like trying to compete with everybody, I try to do the whole one-up thing. And I don't want to be biased, but I'm just like, I like the videos that I do because I do it my way. But I can't say that. Nobody can vote for themselves.
Well, you can, but you'll be the only one voting for yourself, right?
I'll probably be the one. I probably have Jen to help vote for me as well. Thanks, Jen.
Against you. I'm your wife. I've had enough of you.
And maybe I can I could convince you with money. But we'll see. I think maybe at the end of the year we'll probably do another video live stream and talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely.
Did Jen just? Oh yeah, Jen says 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
You see, I have the support. The Selby army of Tim +1.
The Selby army.
But yeah, there's not much in terms of Airsoft these days, and I'm really, really sorry to notify it. And I would love to jump back on the review train myself, but speaking of which, I need to do a review on the Specna Arms 4160. I haven't even C actually. D. I have yet to do that, and I'm apologizing to everybody at Specna and Powell right now. And I also need to do on the Wolverine build. So that's going to be an interesting one. And but yeah, I think this TV show has taken up so much of my time, which is not a lot. We'll come up with a couple of videos that we'll probably introduce. Do you know how to do this thing where if we're going to include a video that we like, the best video of 2020, that as soon as you click play, it'll just overlap from what we're doing right here and it'll come back to where we are? Can we do that?
I can try.
Like our
this
intro.
It's already a technical thing for me. I think it's possible. I think we can overlay a video on top. I just need to create it.
Well, I know one really good person that knows how to do that, and I could ask him a couple of questions.
Yeah,
we actually hopefully we can talk to him within the next week or so.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I would love to talk to him. He has so much to offer to for the airsoft industry. Right. Okay. Next question, shall we? I think we have time for one more question.
Please don't be a hard question. The past two have been really difficult.
Really?
This is why I don't ask Tim to create questions, because his questions are a bit on the Sunny D side, if that makes any sense.
I think
really
you're
need to
all
be
the
on top
only
of
person. Nobody needs to be on top of the questions that I ask. My questions are so simple.
You can't even answer your own. You asked me what was the video of the year, and you don't even know what the video of the year is for you. That is cheating. That is blatant cheating.
It's spontaneous questioning.
I've got a question for you, really quick one. It'll last 10 seconds.
Ooh.
What is your favorite toilet roll?
Cottonelle.
And were you paid to say that?
I was paid last year. No, I was never paid to say that ever.
Okay.
I just did a gig for them, and that was it. And I did a gig for Intel as well, which nobody can find because I can't even find. I don't even know where this is.
Did you just do da 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 da? As that's Intel's theme.
Intel.
Yeah. Intel. Inside.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, did you do one of those Intel ads?
One of those ones.
One of those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
What's the last question
So,
of this
Airsoft and YouTube. Is there a review of a specific product, a specific one you long to see?
I long
You've
to
named
see.
a few. One that hasn't been made yet. Has not. I know there are a few products that have already been made, such as Modify Semi-Auto Shotgun.
It's gonna have to be the GHA Glock 17, and it's gonna be me. I'm gonna review the crap out of that before anyone else. I'm gonna try my best to be that person.
I'm gonna review the crap all over it, and then I'll review it.
I'm gonna review the crap all over times two. I'm gonna cream all over that review.
I just need to convince the Canadian community to allow it in before everybody else gets it, because I feel like I need to talk to Max. Max will help me get one real quick.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm gonna talk to. I'm probably gonna send like chain email from different companies in straight to GHK saying, "Oi, when?
Yeah.
Where?
When? No.
And how?"
Okay. How? Yep. Okay. I think my one. Even though the GHK G17 is currently being made, my specific question was tailored to what has yet to be made.
Oh, okay. What would I like to see made and be in
What
production?
would you like to see made?
George says, "I'll review your review."
I'll review your review.
Why don't
I'll-
I make the review? Tim will
Yeah.
review my review, and George can review the review of the review.
And then us two during this podcast will review
We'll
your
review the
review of our
review of the
reviews.
review over the review. Yeah, that was definitely not
we'll
hard to
do
say.
No, not
Okay,
at
so let me re-answer that question. So we've already seen the GHK org. We've already seen the Glock 17. Modify did say they were making a semi-automatic shotgun.
They've
I
said that
think
for the
it
last
was-
couple of years.
I think it was going to be a Benelli M4 or something.
That would be great.
What would I like to see? Oh, the new MP433 that came out a while ago. 2 years ago,
Ooh.
Kalashnikov made a new Grak pistol, and
Yeah.
it's very cool looking. I wouldn't be surprised if it came up. So it's a realistic request for a product to be made for Airsoft. But yeah, the new MP433 would be great, and I can without a shadow of doubt know that maybe WE will make it. They tend to be the brand that does it.
I think
really.
what were they? I think they just released the High Point recently.
Yes, yes, the Browning high,
Yeah.
high power, not high points.
High power.
High
Thank you
point's
for
a
clarifying.
very different gun.
Yes, my mistake. The Browning High Power recently, so that looks interesting. And if anybody could pull it off, it's definitely going to be Wii. That's
Yes, we.
taking the Wee. They are they are not sponsored by Airsoft. Yes, they are. They cover you guys, right?
To some extent, yeah, we're partners with them.
Okay. Tell them to get you the product, and you could do the review, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, we
Pew,
will.
pew, 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 pew. Right. One that I would like to see done, and I've actually been wanting to see done ever since Tokyo Marui released their tri-shot gas shotgun, was I want to see a gas Spas 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be cool. And would you want it to be semi and pump? Because the Spas 12 does have the ability to do both. It's gas actuated.
It would
and
be
it's,
a complicated. If anybody could pull it off, it would be TM.
Yeah.
It would be a complicated mechanism, but if they could pull it off, it would be them. Hey, you never know. Maybe Jag Arms will beat them to it.
We need the high point. Yeah, I think a high point would be interesting. Same cost as the real one. No, it'd probably be more expensive than the real one. What do we want to see from G&G? That's a tough question. Ooh, I want an SSP2.
Yeah, I want the SSG one over here in Canada.
Sorry.
Hey, Charlie, can we talk to Amanda Meow and get one up here? That would be Spagas 12. I love that.
Spagas, that's a good one.
Yeah, can we have an SSG one up here for review? That would be fantabulous. Airsoft reviewers react. Oh, that would be an interesting video,
cool.
would that not?
But what would we be? We'd be reacting to the announcements, wouldn't we? Announcement videos, like TM do their announcement videos, or G&G, or ICS, or anyone. When they do their announcement videos, we can do a react.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Quickly,
oh my
quickly,
god!
end the stream before anyone picks that and does it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you'll get her right, Meow. I knew you saying Amanda Meow would cause something.
Yeah. And meow.
I don't know her well enough to say that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's cool. I think that's about it. Oh, if G&G were going to create something new, we've seen their capability when it comes to working on the
go on.
SSP. That's Ingenuity, right? It was
SSG,
Ingenuity
by the
when
way.
it comes to that.
SSG, not
So
SSP.
SSPG, GNG1.
SSG.
Yeah. So I would like to see that
Shut up, George.
sold separately, because we've spoke about it last week as well.
True. You know what I haven't reviewed, I need to review from G&G, and Charlie, I may pass to you at some point in the future when I have time, is your pistols. I need to review your pistols.
Their pistols are fun.
I
pistols
think
actually
they are
fun.
a huge opportunity, especially here in the UK. I don't think they're actually being given enough forethought. But anyway, that's outside this podcast. But yeah, no, I think G&G should carry on doing the pistol side of things. I think that'd be pretty cool. You've done rifles, you're doing the AK stuff, which is pretty cool. The RK stuff, I mean.
Yep.
And you've just started doing pistols and the carbine kit. In fact, I think the carbine, George can vouch for me here. The carbine kits for the pistols are awesome. Those are flying off the shelves. They have more guns than they have magazines for them, which is what's going on here. I don't know how.
Come out with your magazines. More magazines.
More magazines. Stop telling us to buy 4 of them just so we have enough magazines for one. Although that's a great strategy.
There we go. Right. So actually it's come to that time, and I do want to thank you, Arius, for allowing me to co-host this amazing show that you've turned into a proper live stream. It really means a lot to me. And I want to thank everybody who has been watching and will be watching in the future, watching our review and our podcasts, and to keep tabs on what we're doing on Facebook, Twitch, the Airsoft Milsim News blog, YouTube channel, maybe not the 9 o'clock Pews YouTube channel at some point in the future. We've created an Instagram account. Yeah. If you guys want to follow us on Instagram, just not the 9 o'clock Pews on Instagram, and hopefully we're going to start posting there more often.
Yep.
Is there anything that you'd like to say, Arius?
Well, other than what we already have blasting on the stream, like our personal profiles. No, I didn't mean music. I meant like the videos and stuff we've got. Obviously, this has gone from being a recorded podcast to a live one, which is great. But we'd like to make sure that it carries on getting better. So your opinions on the stream, your feedback and everything would be most appreciated. And obviously, after this, I will be on Twitch, funny enough, straight after this video. Straight after this
right on Twitch.
I mean, straight after this live stream.
Great.
But yeah,
and eventually I'll be working on getting a new computer, and hopefully I'll be able to join you on Twitch, and we could start our own Twitch gaming channels together.
Yeah, no Minecraft.
Yeah,
no more Minecraft. You've done me to hell with Minecraft. We'll do something
more
fun.
If once we have a new computer, there will be better games.
Cool.
And I will still be playing Minecraft. Sorry, my Jen loves Minecraft, so can't be stepping away from that.
True.
So yes, I want to. Would you like to do the outro?
I will.
Offered me the opportunity to do the intro.
So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for participating in chat. Please participate. Please participate more on chat because we will.
Cut it out. He
shut
obviously
up,
can't
shut up.
do this.
I'm going to keep going. It's because you're here. I get flustered. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening as well. And we hope. Well, we'll see you next Wednesday at 8 GMT. Tim, 8. Twice in a row. Let's make it 3. Let's make it 4. Let's make it 5. Let's keep going with this.
Right. Expect us at the new time. Oh, just to let you know, the person that we did want to interview cannot do weekdays. We may have to do a weekend.
We will either do a recording like they do on radios, where they do a TV, a phone interview, and then they just play those recordings out during the live stream. We'll do that. There are a few ideas I have for that.
Sure.
But yeah, we'll play around and see. I'll get that whole video thing going. You said you wanted a video to be able to pop up when we want to mention something. I'll get that working.
That would be fantastic.
And then we'll have some nice. It'll probably cover chat, but who looks at chat, right? Right, chat.
Exactly.
Who looks at chat? But yeah,
do
on that
chat
note,
look their own chat? They see their comments and they're like, "Yeah, I'm up there."
That's the point. That's how you get people to watch. I'm famous for this one episode.
I'm chat famous, man.
But yeah, on that note, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Tim, for being my co-host.
Thank you.
I still have a 2-year contract with you, so you are staying.
Not going anywhere. You're stuck with me.
Yeah, Jen's the
Sucks to
contract
be
holder,
you.
by
No,
the
I'm
way, so you're screwed.
Tis a privilege.
It is so much privilege to be talking to all of you guys on Facebook and on YouTube, probably. No one on YouTube actually spoke, but there was definitely a few. We don't have a Twitch channel. We might actually create a podcast Twitch channel, although I don't know if that'll even be worth it. For now, we'll just stick to Facebook. And we'll see if Instagram starts allowing live streams through PCs. Then we can do Instagram as well. But then, yeah, I think maybe too much. Last post on video and famous. Yeah, pretty much. And on that note, we'll see you guys later. Next week at
Ciao,
8.
everybody.